guys, Cyanide here. You'll see down here I've got my electrics kit out at the moment, doing the electronics for this thing here. Still working on it. A little behind the scenes catch up video. Let's see if I can get you in there past the steering wheel. So I'm starting to put in my wiring loom or harness or whatever you call it for the lighting so far. The other day I was working on the light buckets here, put lenses in, and working on these aren't set yet, the LEDs. These were clear white LEDs, but they're very bright, so I've been painting over them with white paint to dull them up so they match the age of the car a bit. Also painting one a bit darker than the other so it looks a bit like one light bulb's on the way out. So yeah, this is coming along. Next I'm up to the receiver, transmitter, and the ESC. I was digging through my boxes. I thought I had a spare transmitter and receiver, but I can't find the receiver, so I'm going to be stealing parts out of one of my old race cars. This old thing here, it's a circuit racer. She's beaten up. She runs alright, but in there I've got a what's that, Spectrum and a Tamiya BK105 or 101. But that'll do. That thing there is gathering dust because I don't race them no more, so I don't like gutting cars, but it has to have its electrics taken. And next on the list will probably be this stock car here. And inside this one we've got another Spectrum, and the motors are, it's a TZ, Tamiya TZ, and the ESC is a Novak Rooster. Old style rooster, not the crawler roosters. They're a racing speed controller. Anyway, back to the table. Anyway, this is not what I got. This is not an unboxing video. These are pretty much how I start projects. What I generally do is I come up with the idea. I have enough boxes of crap lying around here that I'll just grab one and usually write the project name on it, and then I'll just start scrolling through my bins, start dumping parts in there, and then start ordering parts I don't have. So in this one, there's no name because I haven't named it yet, but I've got this old roof, prototype wooden roof. Got a an old Tamiya can motor, and I've got an unused servo that I found in my electrics pole there. So I've made a start on the parts already for this, and also that's what I'll be using this cowl here on that I've got floating around that I built at the same time I built the cowl for the tow truck. I built two of them because I was just doubling up, playing around, experimenting. So what did turn out, I was walking the dog today down at the park, and when I got back I found anyway, when I got back I found a pile of baggies in the letterbox. This is what happens when you don't buy stuff from one place. When you buy from AliExpress, it's like a whole lot of separate stores in a single marketplace, so everything is shipped separately, and it comes in piecemeal. So to explain a little bit, it's November now. If I'm having an idea for a build next year, I start ordering well in advance, because the shipping's slow, and you know, you get what you pay for, so there might be problems with product, you don't know. So you just got to be work in advance. So I'll put prices for these on screen because I can't remember off the top of my head. So I got a pair of these, here we go, aluminium semi-truck wheels, tyre fitted, pre-fitted. Don't think they're glued by looks. No. So they're not glued, which is a good thing, because if you know me, I do not like the jewellery look, and I'll be pulling the tyres off of these and taking them to my mate to sandblast the iodized aluminium, so I can get a pitted silver or grey rather than this nonsense. Yep, so front tyre semi-truck. That's cool. What's in this one? I don't actually know what's in these bags because when I did this order there's probably at least twice this many items in the order, so this will be less than half of the parts I've got so far. Okay, separate store but very similar looking product though. These are the rear aluminium dual semi-truck rims. They're pretty ugly, I'll give you that, but they were darn cheap. Aluminium, I'll hit them with the bee blaster. They were half the cost of the nicer looking ones that had the stamped steel white rims and that, but I'm trying to do an experiment to see how, not cheap is the right word, how fiscal you can be in building your own stuff if you shop around for your parts, you know. I suspect this will be tyres. Yep. So this is 4 times semi-truck tyre. I buy these sorts of things because I may or may not use them for the project in the end, I don't know. But I'm looking mainly at the tread there, hopefully the camera shows that up. The tread and the sidewall lugs, I guess they're called. They don't have any big garish RC names printed on the side, you know. Sometimes I'll buy tyres and I'll have to scrub off the big old names that are Traxxas and all that sort of thing, but this is a bit plainer. So these could be used on those, well, they're brought for those semi-truck rims you've seen, but they're also the sort of things I can experiment with the rat rods. They look like a nice, good, skinny, retread style tyre. So that there, now that box is starting to load up. The other stuff I've got is coming in the same order. Front axle, rear axle, leaf spring set. That's it, I think. Everything mainly to put the boots on the ground. Once I get the tyres and rims put together, leaf springs mounted, then I can build my chassis. But I like to start with the shoes first because it'll affect the stance, how you set your suspension, so how low you want it, or whether you want it high, so on and so forth. I know I haven't been supplying build videos recently, and I know some people do miss them. I've had comments about that, and I do have a lot of footage of this build, and I will make a video, a retrospective build video of this, and I'll just talk over it like an narration. I want to experiment with different videoing techniques. So, but I kinda, it's a double-edged sword. Sometimes I'm just happy because I don't have to think about making videos. Other times I do something and I'm real excited and I want to show it to you straight away. Alright, catch us later.